Hello there guys, RMP792 here. Right, I think it's finally time to jump on the internet's latest bandwagon. Let's talk about where's the fair use. If you're not aware of the backstory to this, where's the fair use is basically a Twitter hashtag under hashtag WTFU that was created by Doug the Nostalgia Critic Walker after he was basically sick to bloody death of dealing with complete bollocks copyright claims on his work for his YouTube channel, and basically pointed out that YouTube's copyright system is intrinsically broken. He is not wrong. His argument is not exactly 100% flawless and perfect. There's an awful lot of quibbles over what actually is fair use and various things like that, and for the record, YouTube is under no obligation to follow fair use laws. They are a company. They can do what the hell they like with regards to, there's no such thing as censorship on YouTube because censorship has to be done by a government body. This is just a private company saying we don't want this particular kind of content on our channel or on our service. So his argument is not flawless, but he does make one really good point. Their system is badly broken. So why am I talking about this now? Well, as you may or may not be aware, I uploaded the Let's Play series on Sunrider, or Sunrider Liberation Day. And wouldn't you know it, about half of those videos have been claimed by AdRev for Rights Holder, that's it, who are notorious for this. As in, those videos are still up, you can still watch them, but all of the money is going to AdRev because of the background music that's used during the combat sections on the Sunrider games. Because apparently it's a track called Driving with the Top Down. And hang on, I'll pull up one of the claims on my iPad just so I can read the whole thing to you, just so here it is. So yeah. Hi RMP792. A copyright owner using the content ID has claimed some material in your video. This is just a heads up. Don't worry, you're not in trouble and your account standing is not affected by this. There are either ads running on your video with the revenue going to the copyright owner, or the copyright owner is receiving stats about your video's views. Video title, Let's Play Sunrider Liberation Day Part 15. Copyrighted song, Driving the Top Down 7393, claimed by AdRev for Rights Holder. So yeah, I am getting zilch from Part 15, Part 14, Part 13, Part 11, Part 10, oh there's more, Part 5, Part 4, Part 1. So Part 1 in particular is the annoying one, because let's face it, the first part of a Let's Play series is always the one that gets the most views by a fairly substantial margin. So yeah, I am earning exactly jack on those videos. All of the money is going to AdRev for Rights Holder, because apparently it includes the song Driving the Top Down. And here's the thing, the fact that they are getting everything off those videos is bollocks. Here's the thing, I wouldn't even necessarily be opposed to, say, Love in Space getting a bit of money from my Let's Play videos. Say 10%. Because, let's face it, they made the goddamn game. But here's the thing. Let's Play and review footage is actually, as a general rule of thumb, beneficial to the company whose game it is. Even if the game is bad, it'll get more notoriety and often more sales because a Let's Player is looking at it. And here's the thing, my audience is friggin' tiny, right? Don't get me wrong. I love you guys. I love the fact that you watch my stuff. But let's face it, my average view count on a video is minuscule. I barely make money on this. Basically, I get a payout from Google every 3 or 4 months because their minimum payout at a given time is $60. Or 60 quid, rather, in this country. So, yeah, I do not exactly get paid regularly by them. That's the main reason I set up the Patreon, because at least that is a regular income stream. It's not a lot, but I am very grateful for what little there is. And having what little I do get taken away by a company that I don't think has any goddamn right to it. Because here's the thing, AdRev are notorious for slapping up claims on small channels like mine, where I literally can't afford to fight it. Because here's the thing, if I basically say, no, you do not own the rights to this, I want the money for this back, they can issue a full-on copyright strike, and that can cripple my channel. If I try to claim the revenue back on all 10, let's say 10 of those videos, all they have to do is dispute 3 of them, and my channel's dead. Even if I eventually win those claims, that kills my channel in the short run, and could well kill it permanently. You can't afford to fight more than 2 of these claims at once, and that is ridiculous. And let's face it, I am willing to bet that while they're probably only making 10, 20 pence off me, if they're doing this to literally thousands of channels, most of which are probably a lot bigger than I am, they will rack up a reasonable amount of money off people like me for doing basically nothing other than slapping up dodgy claims. Because most of us are in a position where we either can't risk fighting them or can't be bothered to fight them. And that is why YouTube's Content ID system is broken. And again, if it genuinely was going to the people who made the original music, which, for the record, has been licensed for use in this game, the people who made Sunrider Love in Space, well, I don't know if they licensed the music from somebody else who made it, or if they actually had music written specially for them. But either way, they will have permission to use that music, or they will have used music that is freely available to the public, because there's lots of that does exist. And, and again, so therefore the people who made that music have already been compensated for its use in the game. Now, you can quibble endlessly as to whether, whether they should be getting compensated in my videos as well, but here's the thing, the fact that they're getting everything is bollocks, because that is a 30-minute long Let's Play video, each and every one of those, and they include footage from the game. So again, if the developers wanted a little bit, I wouldn't necessarily be opposed. That includes, yes, audio. That includes an awful lot of content from me, because let's face it, it's half an hour of me playing the game, and given that it's and given that I turned the voice acting off because it was in Japanese, that is me voicing every single goddamn character. I am basically narrating and reading the Sunrider game like it's an audiobook. And yes, that takes effort on my part. There's a reason why people who narrate audiobooks are paid in real money. Because it's a it's a thing they're doing that takes time, takes effort, and they deserve to be compensated for that. And here's the thing, do I deserve to get compensation for doing this channel? That is an endlessly debatable issue. But here's the thing, I am producing entertainment content for you, and I like to think it's content you enjoy watching. And I can't keep doing it if I can't get at least some financial compensation for it. I wish I could, but the world doesn't work that way. The world works in such a way that if you do a thing, you either do it for fun, or you do it because you get paid for it. Now, in some extremely lucky cases, you can get both. And ultimately, that's what I would love this to become. I would love to actually be able to make a full-on serious living off doing this, because I love doing it. I mean, I really realised how much I love... Here's the thing, I don't like visual novels as a genre if I'm just playing them by myself, because just sitting in this chair for ages and reading it, it gets uncomfortable after a while. If I'm getting into it and doing it effectively like I'm narrating an audiobook, I really love doing that. I love doing the character voices, even though I'm terrible at it. and I some of them I can get really into it, and I like to think that some of that passion comes across in my voice sometimes. And it takes work and effort. There's a reason why visual novels are actually one of the hardest game types to Let's Play, because let's face it, if I'm trying to when I was doing XCOM 2, for example, because I wasn't talking constantly, I could happily record 3.5, 4 hour stints. But when I'm doing a visual novel, if I'm narrating every part of it and doing every character voice, that knackers my voice out pretty damn fast. Talking for 2.5 hours straight, especially doing different character voices and everything else, is actually very difficult to do. And I don't have any problem doing it. I love doing it, even with the strain it puts on me. But the fact that some random company can come along and basically say, "Oh, yeah, all that work you did, yeah, take this," and immediately just swipe any, even the tiny amount of money I would get out from under me, is incredibly frustrating. Because at the moment, YouTube's copyright system favours the claimant so heavily that there is absolutely no, you've got no recourse at all. You can, all they have to do is say, "Oh, we own this thing," bang, and they can take the money away from you. And here's the thing: people who upload, say, whole movies to YouTube don't have a goddamn leg to stand on. Anything that's transitive media, and Let's Plays do count as transitive media, that gets into a very much a legal grey area. And YouTube could, if they wanted, say, "Yeah, we don't want your Let's Plays on YouTube. We basically decided YouTube is not the right place for Let's Plays." They'd be idiots to do it, because Let's Plays are incredibly popular on YouTube. But, let's face it, one of the biggest YouTube successes, PewDiePie, is a Let's Player. But, they could theoretically, if they wanted, do that. But instead, what we have is a system whereby people on the smallest end are basically getting screwed over. And don't get me wrong, it happens to bigger channels as well. Again, this is why the Nostalgia Critic brought it up. They constantly getting takedown notices from people claiming their reviews and saying, "Oh, you can't use this, it's copyright material." And it's so easy to do and so difficult to fight. I mean, let's face it, if I wanted to fight one of these claims, I would have to basically say, "No, I believe this claim has been filed in error." They have 2 weeks to respond to that, during which time they continue to get all of the money for that video. If after that time they decline to do anything, I start getting the revenue back, but I don't gain anything from that time lost. They keep all that money that they claimed for that 2 weeks. If they instead decide to file a counter notice, they can actually have the video pulled down off YouTube, and I get a content ID strike. From there, I can dispute that, and again, they've got 2 weeks to respond to that. And so you can end up with a video down, or with the ad revenue not going to you, for over a month before they can. And eventually, it comes down to either they take you to court, or they let it go. And here's the thing: there has never, ever been a copyright strike on YouTube that has ended up going to court. Ever. Because at the end of the day, they don't have a leg to stand on, legally speaking. But the system on YouTube is weighted so heavily in their favour that they can afford to, they can afford to file completely bullshit claims, and they can get away with it. Because there is absolutely no penalty for filing false claims. If I wanted to, I could go to, say, go to the Nostalgia Critics YouTube channel, Child Awesome, and flag a couple of his videos and say, "Oh, I own the rights to this particular thing that he's done." Yeah, and he could file a counterclaim, and I could ignore it for 2 weeks, and I could get a shed load of money, a reasonable chunk of change off him. And do you know what the consequences would be for me? Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. That system is badly, badly broken, and it needs to be fixed. Unfortunately, I can't honestly see YouTube doing anything about it. Because the problem is, there is absolutely no human interaction anywhere in the copyright system. It's all automated. To take another YouTube personality, Jim Sterling, he has basically started, every time he gets one of these false claims, he started posting what he puts as a response to it, and he's just been getting more and more insulting, and basically basically saying, "What's the point? You're not even going to read this. I could type in random gibberish, and it wouldn't matter, because it is completely irrelevant. It doesn't matter what you put in the box. It doesn't matter whether you have the legal justification or not. They can hit you with this stuff whenever the hell they like." And that is a broken system. Because as I say, I do not think that AdRev have a legal right to take all of the money from my Let's Play video. There is an argument to say they could take some of it. And in fact, I'm going to have... I haven't edited together the review for Sunrider Liberation Day yet, but I have recorded it. Or at least I've recorded all of me talking to camera bits. I've still got to record the in-game footage for it. But I'm actually going to turn the background music off for that. Because if I don't, I can't guarantee that review won't get claimed by AdRev and they will get the money for it. And again, I wish I didn't have to care about the money. I really do wish that I could, afford to say, oh yeah, I don't care. But I need the money, guys. I am flat broke. I've been looking for a job for quite a while and just not getting anywhere at all. And frankly, if I could turn this into an actual way to support myself, that would be my ideal dream. I would love to be able to keep producing content for you and be able to sustain myself doing it. But with YouTube's copyright system as broken as it is, knowing that I can get screwed over at any time by basically anyone, that is an issue. Because let's face it, there was actually a thing that went up on the Nostalgia Critics Twitter feed this morning, or the official Channel Awesome feed. It's run by, effectively, the company rather than the individual, but that's fine. Whereby, apparently, they've just done a review of Phantom of the Opera, and and it sounds like they're doing it as a musical, and the last couple of musicals they've done have been actually really good. But they've deliberately not used any clips from the film, so they can't get done for copyright. Guess what? Their review was auto-claimed because the music was obviously close enough that YouTube's copyright thing has recognised it. And that is bollocks. Because that is people putting in serious hard work to create something to entertain us, and they're getting screwed over for it. And that is not fair. The issue of fair use is an incredibly complex one, largely because, let's face it, the law has not kept pace with the internet at all. Because let's face it, fair use laws were basically written when it was stuff, when the idea was things like, if you want to take a quote from a book, and say, stick it in the, you're writing a book and you want a cool sounding quote for the opening page, you can take that and use it, and you don't have to pay the guy who originally wrote it. That's what fair use was really designed for. Nobody, when the fair use laws were written, realised that in a few short years you'd be able to take a movie, pick it apart, stick your own bits in it and do it as a review that uses lots and lots of clips from the movie. They didn't realise that professional reviewers working for big magazines and big TV studios would be able to do that, let alone a guy in his bedroom in Durham, UK would be able to do that kind of thing. So the law is badly outdated and YouTube's copyright system is badly broken as a result, because YouTube or Google rather, are scared of getting sued by the really, they don't want to get sued by the really big companies. I mean, Nintendo's recent policy where they basically said, yes, you could use any of our videos if we get a chunk of the change. Here's the thing, Nintendo, you don't need that, but your system is screwed up, frankly, but I wouldn't even necessarily be averse to that idea if it wasn't for the fact that the rest of the system is badly broken. It is way, way too easy for somebody to claim all of the ad revenue on a video. For example, if I put... I have talked for nearly 20 minutes about this. If I was to put, say, 30 seconds of some song that YouTube deemed copyright, I would probably get flagged. And all of this video, all of the money for it would go to... to whoever's thing it was, or more likely it would be some company claiming to represent those people. And here's the thing, if they were taking a proportionate amount, it wouldn't be as bad. So if they basically said, well, your video's 20 minutes long and 30 seconds of it are this, okay, fair enough, we'll take 1/40th of the money for it. Okay, that's kind of reasonable. But being able to just slap all of it away because of a tiny amount of, a relatively small amount, is bollocks. People on YouTube have been talking about this for a long time, and it's getting worse, not better. And unfortunately, I don't know what the hell we can do about it. We can have our trending Twitter hashtags, and we can all get together and make loads of videos, but I honestly don't know if it'll do a damn bit of good. But look, all we can do is try. We can stand together. We can, what's the old line? Live together, die alone. We can stand together and basically say we are not going to tolerate this stuff, or we can meekly accept it and watch as we get screwed over again and again and again. Yeah. So yes, this has been a 22-ish minute rant on the issue of where's the fair use, and the fact that I am getting screwed over in several ways by AdRev, because screw AdRev, they're dicks. This isn't the only series this has happened to, by the way. Most of the original Sunrider Let's Play has been claimed, which is annoying because it's one of my more popular Let's Plays. What else? Basically all of the Royal Trap has been claimed. Hang on, I'm just gonna very quickly pull up my YouTube page. Go to my channel. Where's it at? Copyright notices, here we are. So yes, of my videos, of which, yes, I have 1,632 videos at the current time, because there's an awful lot of Let's Plays. So yes, Sunrider videos, some of the Game of Thrones Let's Play, for the Telltales Let's Play. Some of Life is Strange, because that uses music that they think is copyright. Some of Tales from the Borderlands. More Life is Strange. Some of Seasons of the Wolf has been claimed, and frankly, I have I'm pretty sure that, including the Seasons of the Wolf Bad Blood review. Actually, no, I know why that one's claimed. Okay. The Royal Trap, Train of Afterlife, Homeworld, some of Lego Batman 3, more Seasons of the Wolf, Rising Angels Reborn, back to more Sunrider, Always Remember Me, Planet Stronghold, and all the way back to XCOM The Bureau Declassified. So yeah, there is an awful lot of my videos have been copyright claimed. And while all those videos are still up, I'm not making a dime from them. Now granted, I wasn't making a lot from them anyway, but yeah. Okay, I think that's all I've got. This has been a 23-minute rant on the subject of money and why I need it, basically. I wish I didn't have to beg for money, but honestly, if you want to support my channel, if you want my channel to get better, I do need your support. Frankly, if you're willing, it would be of enormous help to me if you would go to my Patreon. It's www.patreon.com/RMP792. Link in the description. You don't have to give much. I just got a new patron who's just putting in $2 a month, and even that, even that, I feel honoured that they're giving me that. And I honestly can't express enough how grateful I am for all of you. And yeah, all I can say is thank you for your support. Thank you for watching my videos. If you can support me just that little bit more, I will be forever grateful. So, thank you. And YouTube, get your shit together. So, yeah, that's all I've got. So, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in future videos.